Hi there, Stephanie here again with another Cabbage Patch Kid video. Today we're going to reblush this TLC girl. I adopted her a few months ago and she had some clear rubs on her face, so when I used my sanding method it removed the color, her blush color, so I'm just adding it back into her cheeks. So this is, after doing some research online, this seems to be the method that most collectors use. I have a few concerns about it, but I wanted to give it a try, and this is the second doll I've done this on. So it's Paint Cream by Stencil Magic, and unfortunately it's discontinued. It's an oil-based paint though, so there are other things that you can buy that would be somewhat equivalent to this. Now that I have it in my hands and I know what it is, being a mixed media artist, I collect art materials, so I'm sure that I'll be able to link you up to something comparable to this Stencil Magic. So the only concern that I have though with this is that it is an oil-based paint, and over time there may be a reaction to the doll's face. Now, in my Blythe customization life, I know that there were concerns with using oil-based paints with those dolls, and a lot of the customizers stayed away from it completely because it deteriorated the faces. Now, they are different than the Cabbage Patch Kid faces, so hopefully this won't happen. Now, this was done in April of this year, and the kid looks fine, so chances are we'll be fine, but I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there because it is oil-based. So I'm just, what it is, the oil-based paint, when you open it up, it will have a film over it like you saw earlier, and you just have to dig out a little piece. I end up putting some aside because you don't need that much, and as you can see here, you dab it on, you use a baby wipe and a dry paper towel, and I tend to work in layers just like I do with my mixed media. So because you can always add more, you want to start off with a minimal amount and then work your way in by layering it rather than adding too much too quick, and it's harder to come off, especially if you're using my sanding method. If you've sanded a doll's face down and you do this, just be cautious because it doesn't wipe off as easily if it's just a fresh clean face that lost its coloring. So by adding the color in and using both the baby wipe and the paper towel, just buff that out. And as I mentioned, work in layers, and you'll see a difference the more you buff and you kind of remove that contour, that seam around there, so it just looks like you took a blush brush to her face. So that's all I did here. It doesn't take very long. You may want to practice on something, just the buffing part. But as I mentioned before, work in layers and build those layers rather than starting with a lot. So I hope this helps you out, and I'll link to the items that I have in the video down below. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. Thanks so much for watching.